Welcome to the channel and City Skylines Mass Transit. This is the new DLC that's been released by Colossal Order on May the 18th, 2017, if you're watching this in the future. And I am really glad to be back playing some City Skylines. Now, I've taken a break from City Skylines after doing the pretty tough scenarios that came with the Natural Disasters DLC. I was a little bit tapped out, but I'm really glad to be back. Now, I'm not going to be doing an overview of the new DLC, the features. I think that's been pretty flogged to death by Paradox Extra and various other channels. What I'm going to do now is jump straight in to a scenario, because I want to do the scenarios. I promised I would do them, and I am going to do them. As you can see, I've switched off all mods, so we're going to go straight in as is. Now, what I will say before I go out is the fact that there's 3 new maps, which I got a feeling are tied to the scenarios. There's 3 new scenarios. One's called Fix the Traffic, which is the one we're going to be doing today. Ferry Empire and Trains. I will be doing all 3 of them. As you can see, Fix the Traffic, it says here, wind conditions, traffic flow over 82%. I presume that's optimization figure. Population over 35,000. Losing conditions, population under 25,000, and you've got to complete it within 200 weeks. So it's not too bad. We'll have a quick look at the resources. There's a mixture of resources. We've got an external rail link. I don't think we'll be using that. Highway connections and all this. So I think that's about it, guys. The picture there kind of gives you an insight into what we're going for it. Now I'm going to be straight up front, guys. I haven't played the scenario, but I have spent some time looking at the map, and I'll explain that once we actually get onto the map. Okay, here we are, guys. Story message. That's the standard message when you start a new game with City Skylines. This is the one for there. I'm just going to pause the game. Traffic, the final frontier. The previous mayor of Appleton has quite frankly done a terrible job at planning the road network. Do you think you're up to task to fixing it? Certainly am. Now, golden rule of City Skylines: whenever you start something new campaign, whether it's a map from scratch, a scenario, everything, pause the game, because you need to have a look round. Even if it's an empty map, you still got to look round, get a feel for the terrain. As I've said, I've had a look round the map, because this is obviously a very badly laid out map. That's the honest truth. And to give you an idea, guys, I'm just going to use the standard tool. This isn't a new tool. This has been with the game from the very beginning. This gives you an overview of the traffic jams, and you can see straight away where the problems are. We've got a massive bottleneck here, an even bigger bottleneck here, going up to there, and you can see that getting things flowing straight away is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I think the biggest threat is, as you can see here, that we start with a population of 31,000. We're already losing population, and if it drops below 25,000 we lose. So obviously the traffic congestion is having an effect on the population. Now I'm just going to show you the new feature of the game, which is this. Now if you're an existing player of Cities Skylines, you'll probably recognise this. This is from the quite common mods. I think it was called Traffic Manager, and what it does is you can click on here and it kind of gives you an idea of where all the traffic's going. And you can see here we've got traffic flowing out round here, back this way, kind of not sure there. I mean, you can click on individual vehicles if I can find one. I think if you click on an individual vehicle, it will show you the path that it's taking. And kind of here, so all the traffic wants to come over here for some reason, and it's going to there. Where does this lot? And this lot's going back that way. And this is going back that way. So there's obviously a lot of traffic crossing this point here. And that's a garbage truck. Now, one thing I have noticed, if I go back to the normal mode, is they've overloaded the sanitation here. You've also got 4 crematoriums tucked in the corner of the map. So whoever built this scenario has deliberately overloaded the system and distorted the map. And to get kind of emphasize this, guys, if I show you here, see the pretty dire one-way system here, and I think I'm going to talk about, because I regard I'm pretty good at sorting out traffic jams. and all that. And one of the key factors is that when it comes to dealing with traffic in City Skylines, understand the problem. Don't just go in and make changes. Have a think about where you are going, what you are doing, and what the traffic situation is. So we've got a lot of traffic going over here, and that traffic's doubling back round here, see? So all the traffic out of here is kind of funneling round to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the game and let it run slowly, but I think I want to deal with this area here because there's a kind of quick fix, a couple of quick fixes that spring to mind straight away. One is to put a road link down there. I don't think we actually need those power cables. Why am I doing that? Because the traffic's coming round here. There's only one exit, and you can see all the traffic here is completely clogged up. And I think this one-way system, see the one-way system, if I click on the roads, you see all the roads are going the wrong way. Now, this is right in my wheelhouse because I actually build one-way industrial areas, and this is completely wrong. And what I'm actually going to do is go here, and I'm going to flip that back that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, and that way. And then what I'm going to do is upgrade the road up the center to 2 ways. And what that will mean is that will get the traffic to kind of flow round here. And you can see here that the traffic will now follow a path through here. I think that's a pretty good start. Now, another area here that's got problems. Again, this is what I've noticed here. Again, you can see that it's pretty abysmal one-way system. If I pause the game and click on the traffic here, so if we go here, and again, this is the power of this tool. See that the only way out, the traffic comes in here, round here, but the only way out is actually via the one-way system. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to just upgrade all these roads to 2-way. There's no point. I mean, the traffic density here, it doesn't justify a one-way system, unlike an industrial area. So what we're going to do is just flip all these roads to 2-way. That's already 2-way, that's already 2-way. And the other thing I'm going to do now, let's say we're just going to unpause again, is that this area here is isolated from here, which is causing all the traffic to go up there. So what I'm going to do is, I think actually just cut through there, and I think I'm going to cut through here, there. That provides a leak for the trash trucks to come up through here. And another problem area is here, and this is where I can just demonstrate another feature of this map here, which is junctions. And this is something I do like. Now, if any of you guys have followed my Let's Plays, you know I hate dual carriage roads because every one of them ends up with traffic lights, and now I can switch them off. And I am really made up about this, guys. And what I'm going to do is literally knock out all these traffic lights in this area. They're completely unnecessary. And I think what I might be able to forecast, guys, is in the future you might be seeing some dual carriageway roads in my Let's Play when I build a city. I will be building a city, and I think the kind of thing that really grabs me, I don't like this. This is, to me, is a natural one-way system, and because of the width of the road there, and we don't have a 4-way, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go 6-lane. It's overkill, but I don't really want to waste the money. Oops, yeah, that's okay. What that will do is get this system running, because there's an industrial area up here. Now, the next thing I want to do is kind of come here, and I'm going to come out like this, and we're going to connect through there. I've got to keep an eye on the cache, and I think we can speed the game up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is hook one of these, this one I think, and oops, we're going to shove that over here. Now, some of you guys were saying, you've already played it, but this is the result of a good 15 minutes going across the map, studying all the different kind of aspects and elements, and I think what I want to do is come down here as well and get a road link there, looking for where all the problems are. And of course I didn't want to do that on video, guys, because, well, it's boring. So we've now got a pattern there. We've got a problem over here with, I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, low land value, which is probably going to be a problem. I think if we, well, it says it's not too bad actually. I mean, obviously I think they might have jury rigged it a little bit to kind of things. Now the next problem is here. Now again, I'm just going to try and illustrate it if I can. If I come here, I'm just going to pause the game again. See these trucks coming out up here? I'll see if I can find one. You've got ones coming into here. And this is from Frank's fish stick factory. Great. Can't find one. Ha! That's going out the city. That's coming up to here. I think maybe if we click here, you're going into the city. You're going round. Ah, they're all going up into this area here. Now, I'm going to have to do this, explain to you the other way then, guys. If you actually look carefully at this junction, this road is duplicated here. Therefore, this road is redundant. And for traffic to get into here, so if I click here, that's it. I finally found one. See, for this truck to get to here, it's actually got to go in there, up round there, back round there, because there's no link road here. So what we're going to do next is I'm just going to use a normal road, and I think we can hook off way back like this. And I think we're just going to keep it simple, and that's going to connect up that. And again, I'm sorry, I'm going to pause, guys. It's my habit when I build roads. Now this road is actually redundant, and what I'm actually going to do now, because there's no in road, there's also no out road. And that doesn't want to play ball. Okay, let's use a slip road. That might, yeah, that's better. And what we're going to do is come up here. Nope, nope, don't want to go down, I want to go up. Hopefully we will get there. What I want to do is connect that road into there. And what that means is that traffic from this area that's currently stuck in this area will now be able to get in and out of here. And the population's holding up at the moment, but you can see here that we've got capital city, so we can buy another tile. Well, I don't think I'm particularly that interested in another tile, and I think now I've kind of done the main things I've observed. There's some other small things which I'm going to talk about in there, but what I want to do here is kind of, you can see the new tool, see the angle, so like this. So you've got this new building tool. Can't remember what it's actually called. There used to be a mod that actually did it there, and what it does is it actually lets you there. If you turn this on, and again, if you see here now, see the arrows, and what you can see the. So if I'm kind of coming here like this out, and if I want to do another one road now, where before you had to kind of try and guess it by eye, you can now actually use the circle to line things up. Anyway, guys, so that's got that kind of topped up. We've got a bit of cash, and what I want to do is pep up this area a bit and try and keep this area happy. And what I'm going to do is drop in some of these, and I think what we can do is extend this road a little bit here, and maybe we're a connection there, and we'll drop there. Now you can see there's also a death problem over here, so what I'm going to do is we're going to hook up one of these, and we'll see who needs a crematorium. Or somebody needs a crematorium over here. We'll drop one in there. I think we can hook another one and drop it up over here. That kind of drives up the land value. Now that kind of gets me underway, and I'm just going to show you. And here's the goals if you're not familiar. We're up to 54% and we've got 31,000, and that's after 8 weeks play. Now the next bit that I want to work on is just here, and what I want to do is drop a road through there, and also here you can see they've deliberately broken the roads. I've got a feeling when the map was built, no, that's wrong. That's the green strip. That's me talking and playing at the same time, guys. What I'm going to do is connect these roads through, and I'm affecting the population, but I'm down to 29,000. But this will pay dividends in the long run, guys. And so I think we've got the traffic starting to flow a little bit. We're only at ×1, so. And now this is what I was saying, is that you observe the road and then let things sink in. So do something like I've done over here. We've still got a problem here. This is still very, very congested. I think what we can do, let me see, a lot of this traffic's going to be trying to come into here, so let's put a road there. And of course what you've got now is if I come here, which is the third one, it says adjust roads. If you click here, you can see here Lafayette Street, and what we can do is make this into a 2-lane priority road. And what that does is that says this is the priority road for this area. Now the other thing we've got here is we've got trucks coming through here, and I don't like that. I think what I want to do is, we're going to push the trucks out of this area using a district. This isn't a new feature, guys, if you're not familiar with the game. This is bog standard Cities Skylines, and if you come here, we've got a policy and we've got a bit of a sanitation issue, which probably means I'm just going to pause the game. Heavy traffic ban, Old Town. And I would guess that we've either got a power problem or we've got a power problem. Okay. I think it's probably due to the fact that it looks like the what we call it, the power stations aren't getting the fuel because of the traffic jam. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a couple of here to feed in this side, just to keep, because we're probably going to need it anyway. Yeah, we can see it's now, there's an echo going off, but we got that now. And we're losing a bit of cash at the moment. It's probably not good, but that's probably due to the effect of the, you can see here we're also getting abandoned buildings. I hate abandoned buildings, but I think what we can do is, and what I'm going to do is save a bit of cash by turning some of these off. We don't need them. Still got power problems. Okay, I think I'm going to have to drop another power station, I think. Yeah, not enough fuel. Okay guys, power. And I think what we'll do is we'll drop, don't really want to put it there. That should bring the power back online. So, and I think what I need to do is get, let's say we're down to 27,000 and we're losing money. And I think what I'm going to do is go underground. I think we're going to come in here. I'm just going to come up here, and I think the other thing we're going to do is get that power station back online by connecting that up. We're down to 18,000. We've got to watch our cash a little bit, but that should settle things down a bit. Yeah, this guy's going to get a fuel delivery now, so he's going to be back online. We're going to have loads of power now, probably. Yep. So I think we've solved the power problem for probably the rest of the scenario. We've got the other one here has just got a delivery as well. So you'll probably find that the power is now right off the chart, but I think we can live with this, guys. And turning off these ones, because I mean it's only a city of 28,000. We don't really need all these kind of things. I think we could probably turn off one of these as well and save a bit of cash, and that will also reduce the traffic. So we got demand for industrial, and I think what we can do now, I'm kind of ignoring the population at the moment, guys. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to come in here and out like that, and I think we can come in like that. And we've got a little bit of cash to build a, and what I want to do is kind of, it's going to be a bit of a dog leg, but no, it's no good. Take that off, see if we can, I don't know if it would come off this way, and that come up. This road here is a bit of a pain. I think, oh, that will work, I think. And I think we can come down here and we can come that way. And what this should do is take the pressure off this roundabout and kind of ease the pressure off a little bit. How's the percentage now? Oh, we're up to 66% now, guys. I think we've done the initial remedial work. I mean, the other area I would probably like to make a connection is over here, and I think we can. I think I started work on this area actually. Actually, can I get in a bit closer, a bit further out? Because I've got an idea here. Actually, I think if we come up like that, let's come over. Yes. Sorry, it's going to be a bit messy. Oh, come on, come on. I can see the flash of blue. We'll get that connection there. And we'll get another connection there. That would draw the traffic away from these roundabouts. I know it's a terrible junction, but... And I'm still not happy with this area here, so I think let's just have a quick look. Oh, we've still got traffic lights here. We need to get rid of these. I thought I'd done them all. And what we can do here is actually set these so that this traffic can get a priority, and that will get this running. We've got 39,000, so we're doing okay here, guys. That should pick up the priority a bit in this area and get the traffic flowing. I'm just going to let it run a little bit because, again, like I said, guys, you've got to exercise patience here. I think I'm a bit inclined. I think we'll put a road through there and get another link here. And again, go back to the old tool. I know I might be using it a bit more than I should, but it's a tool I'm familiar with. And wow, we've got a real congestion here. And I mean a big time congestion. I think a lot of the traffic, you've got kind of a junction here. I think maybe if I see the angles, what that does is it looks a bit confusing when you first play it, but what it does is it kind of gives you the intersect angle with roads, so there's no more guesswork about how things are going to intersect. That should start to take the pressure off this junction and all that, and I think what I might do is actually upgrade this road. We'll just start upgrading a couple of these roads to 2 ways, get that traffic flowing a little bit. Maybe and I think we'll get this trying to find the old road, because of course you've got all these new roads now. We've got two-way highways with there, we've got a two-lane highway, so we've got a variety of. So if I now bring this through here, I don't think I can update this one. This one's not going to. Can't see much point in updating that. So we've got a bit of a flow coming through here now, guys. So you see now, this is completely cleared of that area there, and this area now is breaking up. I should have done those traffic lights a lot longer. And I think what we got here now is a classic City Skylines merge run traffic. And again, I think what I'm going to do, we've got enough cash to do this. And what I want to do is, I'm going to start up here. I think we'll take the snapping off for this. And what I want to do is come back here. And can we hook that into there? Yes. We'll just, and we'll reverse that. But what I also want to do is this into here like that. Start the game, and we're going to delete this junction there. It's going to leave that little bit of a tight turn there. That should now free up this highway to flow. And just going to have a look at these roads now. Yep. Oh, we got 300,000 story message. I've got no idea. It looks like you're doing well to optimize traffic. You might just be the hero the Appletown needs. Keep improving and you'll soon be the greatest road network in the region. Okay, I think what we can do here is that's a. I think we can connect through there. Can I connect through here? No, it's a distance too short. Why wouldn't I? Maybe if I trim that back and redo it. Yep. I won't connect that. I think that will. Yeah. So let's just have a quick look now at here. So this is easing off a little bit. It's still not brilliant. I mean, I'd love to upgrade that road actually. What I could do is, I think what I might do, this is that. There's the monorails, two-lane monorail. I think what we'll do is we'll do that and see if we can upgrade these. Let's get some really big flow going. I think. Yeah, I think we can get that there. That won't upgrade, but that will. That's not going to upgrade. See if we can upgrade this. Well, that will pick up to. So that's going to pick that speed up. So I'll have a quick look. See, we're now at 72%, and we've got a lot of cash. And I think now's the time to kind of put in some public transport, because part of the speed of the traffic is getting pedestrians off the road. Now, what I am going to do is resort to my old tactic, and I'm just going to pause the game to do this, guys, because it means I've got to take my eye off the ball a little bit. Now, any of you guys watch my Let's Plays, you know what's going to happen, which is we're going to have a jolly old metro. And I think I'm going to start kind of a bit inclined to start up here actually, and maybe come down there, through there, across to here, and there. And I think we'll come right out. And maybe we'll curve there and into there. Metros are, if you're not familiar with the game, guys, metros are an incredibly efficient form of transport, especially on a map that's very crowded because they have a very small surface in footprint. Then he said impact, and at the same time, the metro can carry quite really large passengers. I mean, there's plus there is a noise impact of a station, but compared to other forms of transport, it's actually good. And of course, the advantage of a metro over, say, a bus line or a tram line is that it has its own self-contained traffic flow, so it doesn't actually add to the traffic, where if you put bus lanes down, you're just going to add to the traffic. And you can see straight away we're getting a bit of a kind of upgrade. I think we can get rid of that. I need to keep it on time. Half an hour in. I think we're pretty close actually, guys. I think what I might do is just go for this. So apologies if the video gets a little bit long. And how are we doing for water? Water's getting a bit marginal. I think maybe we got a bit of cash. I'd like to stay on top of water when I've got the opportunity. So I think we'll just connect that in. And of course, if you golden rule of City Skylines, if you put fresh water in, you've got to put that on. This crap here, look, horrible. Actually, there's a road potential here, so I think what we'll do is, I mean, that's got a power line there, so I can afford to break the power lines. I think what we'll do is we'll bring that down here like that, and we can probably get rid of these power lines through here like that. And I think what we will do now is drop some horrible way of doing this, but it will do. It's actually back to front actually. No, it's not. So that should fix the water problems. How are we doing, guys? We're now running at 78%, and we've got 31. So we've got a lot of population to get in here, and we've got no power here. So okay, I think what we're going to do is, we've got a demand for industry. So good tip here, guys. If you put in a metro station, wrap it with offices, and then kind of power it in like that with residential, and what actually happens is the offices suck up the noise from the metro station, so everybody's happy. Oh, obviously this is not, everyone's not that happy here. So we got a little bit of a surge there, and I think what we'll do is we'll just like that, and we'll put, I think we'll get another curved road in here. Again, nice, oops. I think I'll take that off. And we'll just curve that up to there. And I think we're doing okay, guys. Just have another quick look. We're still stuck at 78%, so we're on the icing on the cake now. Got a bit of traffic flow there. I think what I'd like to do is do a connection through here, and again I think what we're going to do is bring a road out here. Okay, come here. I think we'll go straight, and I think we're going to come like that here. There is a method in my madness here, guys. Now normally I would put a footpath through from here, but I want to try something. We got the cash for it, so, and what we got here, end stop, what does that look like? So we need a road or something to put that against. This is a, if you're not familiar with the DLC, guys, this is actually a what they call it, just put this up here out the way. I can add a bit to this area here. Cable car, sorry guys, my brain shut down a little bit there. And I think what we're going to do is put a road up like that, and then that's an end stop. I presume it's gonna just check that power cable's there. Yeah, okay. I've never put one of these down, guys, so bear with me. And I'm kind of thinking, because this has got a slope here, this is the reason why I'm putting one up here. And end stop line. What's this? This is, oh, this is the through one. I have watched the Paradox Extra video on this, guys, so I've got a vague idea of what I'm doing. I've just never done it before myself. And I think that's it there, isn't it? And what we're going to do is connect that up there like that. And I think what we can do probably is whack a few offices in here. Oh, look at that, it's running, guys. And what I want to do is put an, now that's an angle, isn't it? This is going to be a bit tricky. Maybe if I can get a road out like that, and we can put another one. It's this one, isn't it? And we'll run up from here. And what I was planning on doing is one up through here, but I don't know. Will it go? Yes, it will. And I think what we can do is kind of run it out like that. And I'm going to put the end stop here. As far, oh, I was about to say we've got to put a route in, but obviously you don't have to put a route in. So we've now got a cable car running across here. I think I like this. It's really, really cool. I like this. I think this is going to be a very, very neat substitute for footpaths, guys. I mean, I don't know how can you see the route. That's the route there. Let's just have a look. Junctions, adjust road, passengers to a 30. And we see the route here. It should be in here. Cable cars, nothing. Okay. Passengers last week, so there isn't actually a route. You just get a. Oh, that's still cool though, guys. I like that. Let's have a quick look. We're still at 78%, so we've got a bit more work to do here, guys. Let's see where the. Although technically, as I introduce public transport, we should get a reduction in the flow of traffic. Let's just see where the. Yeah, we've got a bit of a horrendous merging traffic situation here. And we've actually got traffic going round there through the bridge. Kind of no one's going up here, or very little's going up here. I think what I'm going to do is delete that. It's a bit radical, but what I want to do is push the traffic up onto here, so the traffic coming out here flows. I don't want that. That's better. Yeah, that's. Yeah, that's now starting to flow and merge quite nicely. Yeah, I think that should start to sort itself out now. And the traffic that's going into here will go over this bridge here, and the new traffic coming in here will come up here and through there. That should pick the speed up a little bit. We got a bit of cash. Just have another quick look. So we're at 81% now, guys. 33, 35. So we're nearly there, nearly there. There's a bit of a traffic flow problem here. Let's have a quick look. Junctions. I think what we can do is make these guys yield. And I'm certainly going to get rid of that. Traffic lights. Any more traffic lights here causing problems? I have a great prejudice against traffic lights, guys. I apologise if any of you guys are traffic light fans. By nature, I do not like traffic lights. I just seem. I know there's a logic to them. All this lot here. I mean, this is pointless. get rid of all these, get the traffic flowing. I mean, the density up here is nowhere near high enough to justify having traffic lights here. And of course traffic lights will probably take away from the 82%. So we got it, guys. We've got the speed. Now what we've got to do now is make the city grow, and I think we can make the city grow by a little bit of, and you can see here the engineering bit here, and oops, space already occupied. Oh, that's I think what we can do is kind of come down here and come through like that. I'm going to get a bit lazy here, guys. Actually, let's have some fun. See, look, see what I was saying? See where it snaps and the circle gives you, so there's no more having to guess how far out you are, and you can see you've still got the familiar lines, construction lines. So, and I think what we can do here is drop in some here. Got a little bit of traffic here. I think what we can do probably is get some high density up through here. Let's get that here. I think that will work quite well. I think we could. We've got our cable car running through here, so we don't need to mess with that. I think maybe we could get a little bit more commercial out here. And that will, people will come down in the cable car to enjoy it. And across from here, I really like these cable cars, guys. Actually, come on, let's go for it, guys. It's totally unpractical, but I've got to go for it, guys. We're gonna go for a blimp, and I think I've got to read this. So we need the blimp depot. All these things, except for the cable car, need depots, and then what you've got to do then is a depot works the same as a bus depot, again, if you're familiar with the game, and that is the fact that you put the bus depot actually just provides the vehicles, it doesn't actually provide the things. I think maybe we'll put another one up here. There's no science to this, guys, at all. I will probably do a let's play in the future to kind of research this in properly in the future, but this is just pure fun, and that's all I'm going to admit to, guys, because and what you need to do now is, I think, where's the one there, we'll put connection to there. I think we'll come across to there, and I think we'll fly up to there. And we'll fly across to there, and I mean it works the same way as if you lay out metros. I mean, I'd say this is my first blimp line. I have watched the Paradox Extra videos where I can't remember what his name is, Shabin, or what was the shoe? Can't remember. Apologies if I've used the name incorrectly. Back up. What we do there is we now connect that up, and what you will see, right, how far off we. So we got about 1300, but the game slowed down again. And you can see the blimps taking off. I mean, I'm not convinced it's the most efficient form of public transport, but it's fun. And above all, it's going to have its uses. I mean, again, if you've got a really cluttered city like this with water, a river in the way, and you've got to carve through it, having a blimp service flying over the top is going to be very, very useful. And I think what we can do now is just to nudge this city over the edge. I think what we can do is put in some high density through here. Just a bit of high density, and we've got a little bit of a road connection here. I think what we can do here is we can again see the construction, and I'm just going to connect that up, and just going to connect that there. I think what we can do is try and drive the population. We've won the traffic side. That was quite simple and straightforward, actually, guys. think solving this junction and up through here is the key to the scenario. And I think what we can do is drop a little bit of, get some office space in here to pick up the population. See the blimp line? There's a lot of people here already. They must like flying by blimp. And I think maybe we can get a bit more office space here. Again, I think there's quite a large noise radius with these blimps as well. 75 noise pollution, 100 noise pollution. Yeah, so you don't really want these next to a really built up area. Same trick again as ever, guys. Just slip in the there, and then what I'm going to do is I'll just res through here, and maybe we'll spare the residents here the noise, and put offices up through here as well. And of course what we'll do is, education's bad, but it's elementary, so let's get some schools in. How about over here? We got elementary there, and maybe we're right next to the sewage works, like you do. And of course, the thing I'd love to do, would have done as a kid, go to school by cable car or blimp. How about that, guys? Now that's something I would have really loved to do when I was a kid. I mean, I had the joys of going to school by bus, but imagine if you could go to school by blimp. Wow, that would be cool. That would be very, very cool. I'm not going to get a... Could do a secondary school here. Oh yeah, we can get one just on this end here. That should... And population's not growing as fast as I'd like, but I'm quite happy just to let it run, guys. And I think what we can do is get a bit more commercial into here, and maybe round it off with offices as well. Kind of create a ring of offices around here. Don't make sure we don't get too close to the sludge coming out. So let's have a quick look here. Oh, we're carrying 638 people on that cable car. I do like this cable car. I'm going to have to really go and try and find a mountainous map so I can put some really nice cool cable car systems in. I can see it coming, guys. Get some high density here. And again, we don't want to inflict the noise on our... So get that here. Got a little bit of scope for commercial down here. But no real... But we can kind of... So we can come through like that. Again, you can see the advantage of this new engineering tool. You can really get some nice detail in. And I think what we can do is just... And we don't really need these power lines, they can come out. So, got 400 to go. And maybe we're... Oops, no. That's not going to pick up, is it? Well, we could just drop a line in like that and put some residential there. And of course what we can do is put some monuments in. I don't think I've got anything here. I haven't checked that there's supposed to be some new ones here. Now these ones here aren't from the new DLC. The software development company is actually from another DLC which I bought, which I can't remember the name offhand, guys. I think it's... I'll put it in the description anyway. It's quite a cheap DLC. I bought it mainly because it was on offer. And it just adds a few extra buildings to the city. So we're running into it now. I think I'm just going to let the city run. I'm just going to go and look. Traffic's flowing quite very nicely. You can see here we're down now to the light red. There's a little bit of traffic in this area, and a little bit up here. It's almost like there's some resistance here. Let's just have a quick look. See here. There's a traffic light here. I missed one. And it looks like there's one here as well. Yeah. Get off there. Stop bugging around. I don't like traffic lights. And 35,000. And there we are, guys. Scenario 1. Finally the traffic flowing as such. There should be no more stressful hours spent stuck in traffic for these people. I'll just let it run for the moment. We'll just have a look round. And that is all there is to it. To be honest, guys, I don't think it's not much of a challenge as a scenario compared to the pretty nasty ones about which came with the natural disasters. But if you just bought the game and you want to learn how to manage traffic, because to be honest, based on my experience, managing traffic is the biggest nightmare in Cities Skylines. And what this DLC does, if you're thinking about buying the game, even if you don't buy After Dark or Natural Disasters, buy this DLC, because these new tools which will help you manage the traffic in your city will be incredibly useful. I can guarantee it, guys, because managing traffic in large cities in City Skylines is an absolute nightmare. And the other advantage is also now is that with the DLC we've got these new roads. We've got quite a large wide range of roads now, and that came with it, especially the 2-lane roads. And above all, what you have now is the ability to remove traffic lights, and that is massive, guys. Oops, and we've got traffic power problems, probably because I've maxed out my power capabilities again. Yeah, power's dropped. Well, loads of cash, so I'll just drop in a whole, create a big wind farm up here, would be environmentally friendly. Got loads of cash, so. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I think the video's a bit too long. I think with this scenario, trying to split it into 2 parts just seems a bit pointless. I mean, as I say, I wouldn't say it's the hardest challenge I've ever done. In fact, it's probably the easiest one I've actually ever done. But it's been very useful to do, because I've now got a feel for the new tools, the new structures, and we've got our blimps with, cool, bloomin' there's a lot of people here waiting. And of course what you can do is, I'll just show this before we go. I'm just going to pause, and where is it? Line details. What you actually get now is on the line as well. Obviously you can rename it. I'm just going to, nope, just close that. It's just hooked up on the, you click line details now. What you now get is a complete breakdown of where your vehicles are, how many people they're covering, how many people are waiting each stop. And if you click here, it actually takes you to the stop. So that's very useful. You can vary it there, and of course you can change the color, and it gives you a breakdown of who the passengers are, young adults, tourists, and obviously children. But it's a very good way now of getting an overview of your breakdown of the line. Actually, let's see if we can hook the metro. I haven't tried it with the metro. Sorry guys, I'm prevaricating. I'm just winding this video up, but I just want to see here. I mean, that is very useful. You see here, we carried 1,356 residents. You can see which parts of the line is. It will take you to the train, and you can actually see it unloading and loading. And again, for managing your city, that is going to be a really big benefit, because trying to work out from public transport in the past would involve having to come to click on stations like this and then seeing, oh, you've got 350 passengers here, or you kind of here. and then you were trying to gauge where the choke point is. Having that analysis tool is going to make a big difference for building large-scale cities, and there will be a large-scale city in the future. But I think I've rambled on far too long now, guys. So hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Hope you found this introduction to the new traffic options of Cities Skylines mass transport. I've got to finish up with this view here. All the people coming into my cable car system. And it flies up here. Actually, can you follow one of these? Yeah, look at that. There we are, guys. We're just going to finish up with this. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Got any questions? Feel free to add it into the comments and I'll try and answer them if I know. Until next time, where we'll probably be doing the ferries scenario. I think that one's probably going to be just as interesting as this one. So until then, guys, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.